And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's tonight's handsome host, Justin Gorski.
All right, thanks so much, Jace, and welcome, Roughnecks Nation. Thank you guys so much for coming out. It feels like forever since we have seen you guys. We are so glad the Roughnecks are here, and we are glad that you guys are here tonight. It is a Thirsty Thursday, so I want to make sure you guys knew about that. We have $2 beers and sodas tonight. The $2 beers are out here on the far end line to the left side of that, where the tents are out there. We got $2 Bud and Bud Lights out there, 16 ounces, so make sure you guys check that out. And for the main concession stands, we have $2 sodas tonight too. So I want you guys to take advantage of that all night long. I hope you guys got your posters when you came in tonight. I want to thank Tulsa's Channel 8 and 106.9 K-Hits for helping us to put on tonight's poster giveaway. Now, over in the Arvis Plaza, when you guys came in, you may or may not have noticed, we have some former Roughnecks over there. We have Gene Duchatu and Alex Katarik, former Roughnecks players and legends. Make sure you go over there and say hello. They're going to be signing autographs and taking pictures for about the next 10 to 15 minutes over there. They want to say hello to you guys, and we are glad that they are out here tonight. And now while you're over there again, we are actually giving away a trip to LA. The Roughnecks, along with Allegiant Travel and the Tulsa International Airport, want to fly you out to Los Angeles. So that's going to include round-trip airfare for 2, 3-night hotel stay, and tickets to see an LA Galaxy versus San Jose Earthquakes game. All you have to do is be 21 and older and sign up in the Arvis Plaza right over there. The street team has sign-up forms. It's free to sign up. Go sign up before you leave tonight. We're going to draw the winner, the grand prize winner, on Saturday night. Now, I want you guys to know the after party tonight is over at the Fur Shop. We want you guys to come on out and have some fun with us. Your ticket tonight gets you a free Coors Original over there, and they're going to have Joe Mama's Pizza. Free Joe Mama's Pizza over there until it is gone. So come out with us after the game over to the Fur Shop for the official after party of the Tulsa Roughnecks. Now, around my neck here, I have the new summer scarves. They have these available in the team store. These things are light. They got the TRFC on there. There's all sorts of new merchandise in the team store, so make sure you guys go check that out and check out all the new summer apparel they have in the store. Now, I want to extend a special welcome to the Rouseabouts tonight. Thank you guys for coming out and for all that you guys do. They're going to be cheering all night long. I want you guys to cheer along with them. Join in on the chants, and let's plan to stand and get loud tonight, Tulsa. All right, Roughnecks Nation, I want you guys to get as loud as you can all night long and cheer on your Tulsa Roughnecks to a victory.
A special welcome to our starting 11 team attending tonight's match. The Cleveland Thunder and the Skytook Strikers will walk out and stand with the Roughnecks and Republic during the national anthem. If your group would like to learn more about our starting 11 team opportunities, contact guest services or call the Roughnecks at 918-574-8314.
press them and see if we can upset the apple cart a little bit and get at them.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting 11 for the Sacramento Republic FC. Sacramento is led by head coach Preki. Goalkeeper number 24, Patrick McLean. Defender number 23, Imra Clementa. Defender number 21, Mickey Daly. Defender number 12, Nemanja Vukovic. Midfielder number 20, James Kiffey. Midfielder number 19, Octavio Guzman. Midfielder number 7, Gilberto. Midfielder number 18, Ivan Mirkovic. Midfielder number 8, Rodrigo Lopez. Forward number 3, David Estrada. And forward number 17, Justin Braun. And now, your Tulsa Roughnecks FC. The Roughnecks are led by head coach David Irving, assistant coaches Tom Taylor and Mac Orr, and trainer Kobe Smith. Here are Tulsa reserves for tonight's match: Jake Feener, Gibson Bardsley, Julian Portugal, Ben Brewster, Oscar Jimenez, Luca Cordero, and Cristian Mata. And now for Tulsa's starting 11. Goalkeeper number 1, Zach Lubin. Defender number 5, Kyle Venter. Defender number 21, Mason Grimes. Defender number 6, Ryan Price. Defender number 3, Irla Davarin. Midfielder number 24, Brady Ballou. Midfielder number 4, Lori Bell. Midfielder number 14, Adam Black. Midfielder number 8, Chad Bond. Forward number 9, Sammy Ochoa. And forward number 13, Stephen Miller.
You're ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise, remove your caps, and stand at attention as Morgan Connor performs our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
I can't hear you so well now. I can't hear you so well in the cans. Or kind of hearing myself. That's better.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Good.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sorry, I turned you down on
That's
the wrong
okay.
one.
Don't worry. That's right. I mean, they're second from bottom, aren't they? But interestingly enough, a win tonight and a few of the other results going our way, and we're on the fringes of the playoffs again. It's not that much of a gap to that sixth place, but you don't want that top six to get away from you. And I think these players in orange tonight, as we look down, Jeremy, from our position here on this beautiful night, will really be up for this. They'll know this Sacramento will play as we kick off, and then they know they've got the LA Galaxy coming on Saturday. Over to you.
We'd like to welcome those of you watching in on YouTube in Sacramento. We are extremely happy to have you alongside with us here this evening. And welcome you into downtown Tulsa to ONEOK Field. Starting formations for tonight, in case you missed it, off the radio side in the net for the Sacramento Republic is Patrick McLean, Clementa, Daly, Vukovic, Kiffey, Guzman, Gilberto, Mirkovic, Lopez, Estrada, and Braun. The starters tonight for Sacramento. And for the Tulsa Roughnecks, Zach Lubin in the net, who is the captain, Ryan Price, Kyle Vinter, Mason Grimes, Irla Davrin, Brady Ballou, Chad Bond, Lori Bell, Adam Black, Sammy Ochoa, and Stephen Miller round out the starting 11 for the Tulsa Roughnecks. There's a good look at Irla Davrin, former member of the Sligo Rovers.
Great start from him, Jeremy, as you were giving out the referee's just coming over and taking someone off the pitch there, but great start from Davrin. He's going to be pushed up. He's been playing in the back four at left back, but he's certainly, there's three at the back, so David Ovens pushing him in on the left and Brady Ballou on the right to give us a four in midfield. That three at the back, so it's going to be an interesting formation change, and I'm looking forward to seeing this. And you've seen this at the end of the Aztecs game, didn't you, for the last 10 or 15?
And it was more out of result of trying to push forward to try to get the equalizer late in that game. But the Roughnecks have had experience with playing just three men in the back, not only in the Austin matchup last weekend, but in a couple of the preseason friendlies as well that they played. Here is Sammy Ochoa, and showing signs of strength one more time. Just lost the touch there. Can the Roughnecks able to settle? And they are, as they will play it back out wide to Brady Ballou, and Ballou will elect to dump this one back to Ryan Price. A little bit of pressure, some high pressure being shown here from Sacramento, and Lubin puts this one towards the sideline. It is saved there by Ballou. And Sacramento has dominated possession in most of their games so far this season. Over 70% as far as possession is concerned for Sacramento. And I know a number of their fans have been worried about not being able to find that pure goal scorer for them up front. It's just been an issue of being able to put goals on frame for Sacramento. Had a number of different players score for them. Still fourth in the league as far as goals or goals scored, as far as that is concerned, but they are still looking for more. Preki mentions that almost after every single game. He's looking for more to be put in. Here's a service that's put in. Oh, that diving header right at the 6-yard box, just off to the right-hand side, and that was Sammy Ochoa, or excuse me, Chad. Is that Ochoa or Bond that's down?
I think it's Chad Bond.
No, that's Ochoa.
Oh, it is Ochoa, yeah.
Ochoa was directly there. Another brilliant ball served in from Brady Ballou from his right side. We saw that a number of times against Seattle. And the service, it resulted in 2 assists for Brady Ballou at Starfire Stadium in Tukwila against S2. So Ballou back after being injured last week in Austin, and it's nice to see number 24 back out on the pitch. Here's Davrin.
I think going back to that chance, it was Sammy Ochoa did everything right. I think credit the defender a little bit there. He just put him off a little bit. It wasn't that far wide of that left hand upright. And you talk about a goal scorer for Sacramento. Wouldn't it be nice if Sammy Ochoa was your 20-goal man for the season? Every manager, every coach wants, and every set of supporters want somebody up there who's a prolific goal scorer, but the game has changed over the years, and you look at some of the best teams, and they don't always have that 20-goal man. It's spread around now with the sort of 5 in midfield business. So I wouldn't be too upset if I was a Sacramento fan. And good evening to you all as well, and welcome here to sunny Tulsa, and we're looking for a good game. But first chance has gone to the home side.
Our temperature at kickoff and the official weather forecast for tonight's match is provided by the News on 6 meteorologist Travis Meyer. The weather for kickoff this evening is 93 degrees with extreme humidity here this evening. There's an opportunity there early for Stephen Miller, but keeper McLean steps up and has that one easy. No immediate danger there for Sacramento as we are inside the 5th minute. Still scoreless here in downtown Tulsa at ONEOK Field.
Good to have Mason Grimes back in that back three tonight. Obviously, well done to him for getting in the Guam international side, but it is good. He's a calming influence, and he's the middle of the three with Price on his right and Venter on his left.
2 big wins for Guam as well. One of those over India, 2-1 in the World Cup qualifying. He has 2 more opportunities coming up later on this year as far as Guam trying to push forward for World Cup qualifying. First opportunity here for Sacramento as the cross from Clementa comes off the back of Davern. Davern making sure to stay in front of that one, and here comes the pressure from Sacramento. Here's Tavo. Tavo is knocked down from behind. That will be a foul on Chad Bond as Chad turns and looks a little bit surprised by that one on the foul as Tavo Guzman picks himself up off the turf.
I'm a little bit surprised at that one as well, but it's a dangerous position. It's just off the infield turf that, should we call it there, and it's going to be a ball into the right. I don't know what the Sacramento player is asking the linesman for, but the two-man wall for Tulsa is back. Just going back to that move that led to the foul. There's a couple of nice touches there for Estrada.
Here's Roro off the service towards the back post. One of the Roughnecks players was pushed down from behind, and that will be a foul that is called on Justin Braun, who got in behind and gave a little shove there inside the box. And so Zach Lubin now will send this one forward off of the foul inside the box.
Should say that I'm sure the coaching staff of Tulsa would love a good refereeing performance tonight, Jeremy. Shall I leave it there?
Ryan Starr is the ref in the middle here this evening. Roy Robinson, Brooke Weiss, and our fourth official is Matt Trotter. This one all the way back to McLean. McLean, 6'3", 205 pounds, 4 shutouts so far on the season. Last year had 15 appearances for OC Blues and with 66 saves.
And our fourth official is the man to look at the temperature tonight and see if there's a hydration break
There's
needed.
a ball that's played through from Lubin. Miller is offsides as the assistant's flag is up on the far side. Roughnecks continue to play. There was a delay in the whistle that came from the headman in the center. So this will come all the way back. Stephen Miller was probably about 2 or 3 steps offside. Good heads-up play, though, from Lubin. Was able to see and have the vision to see Miller have a step on the defender. There you see McLean, 4 shutouts in 2015. So far, 3rd in USL.
It's a good start from the Roughnecks. It's lively. They've got the 3 at the back, the 4 in midfield. Adam Black is playing just in front of that 4 as well, and then there's 2 up top, whichever way you want to read it. But it's a good lively start, and they do like the high pressing, do the Roughnecks, and they're pressing again the back 4 of Sacramento here.
Back to Vukovic, who will drop back to McLean. A little bit of pressure being applied here from the Roughnecks, and McLean will send this one forward. Searching ball through the center of the field, finds Justin Braun. He heads that one back to Mirkovic. Mirkovic hassled there in midfield, and here come the Roughnecks. Here's Brady Ballou. Had a couple of options, tries to go inside. He finds Sammy Ochoa. Oh, nice save from McLean as he had to come off of his line to challenge Sammy Ochoa, and the Roughnecks are denied early.
Sammy Ochoa again, second chance of this game in the first 8 minutes. Did everything right again. You have to put that down to good goalkeeping. Ochoa did nothing wrong at all there.
So McLean was tested early here this evening, and he comes through with flying colors so far here inside the first 10 minutes, just now in the 9th minute here at ONEOK Field in downtown Tulsa. Sacramento with possession. Tavo, the nice ball that's played through. That one creeps all the way through on the nice run towards the corner from Clementa. And service inside. Lubin comes off of his line, snags that one out of the midair at the 6-yard box. Quickly on the outlet pass goes to Brady Ballou, and look at Ballou using that deceptive speed that he has there along the right-hand side. Roro is there with him step for step, and off of the deflection because of the high-pressing nature from Brady Ballou that has earned the Roughnecks a corner.
Food and drink for Lubin there. That ball in there, the 6'5" frame, comes up with those 2 long arms and plucks it out of the air, sets Brady Ballou going. He ran half the length of the pitch, and first corner on the right-hand side. In-swinger with the left foot.
These are 2 of the league leaders in corners, and the Roughnecks will attempt to go short. Here's Black, finds Ballou. Ballou with the service. That one comes off of the pressure, and a throw-in now for Tulsa. As we mentioned, league leaders in corners. Roughnecks came in with 70 corners so far in the season through 13 games. The Republic have 79 through 15.
interesting in David Irwin's interview, saying about, you know, if Sammy Ochoa pulled all his chances away, he'd be the league's top goal scorer. He's had 2 great chances tonight, but to be fair to Sammy Ochoa, one was a brilliant piece of defending, the diving header, and the other one was a great piece of goalkeeping. So I just hope Sammy can get on the score sheet tonight. I know he got that PK down at Austin, but it'd be nice to get a goal from open play just to show what he can do as a striker.
Braun has that one knocked away from him in midfield by Chad Bond. Here's Davern that is streaking down the left-hand side. Good recovery there from Tavo to not allow Davern to use his speed to get to the outside. Quick throw in, goes back, finds Laurie Bell. Laurie Bell with the service on the inside. Adam Black had the defender step in front of him, and here's Sacramento. Dangerous ball played in the back, however, lucky there as they skip forward to Tavo. Tavo head up, center of the field. Good challenge there coming across from Ballou. And now one of the players hits the turf, and that will be a foul call. Referee was going to see if the advantage was played on, and that's against Laurie Bell.
Yeah, just went in a little bit hard there on Gilberto, I think it was. And Sacramento have the ball again, trying to keep possession. But it's a good game, this one, and neither team has given up anything yet, although you'd have to say that Lubin hasn't really had a save to make in the Tulsa goal, but McLean certainly has had a save to make.
Clemente had that pass picked off by Kyle Venter. Here's to Adam Black. Finds Stephen Miller. Will elect to play this one back to Laurie Bell. Good bit of patience here from the Tulsa Roughnecks. Black taking off the ball for a brief moment. Square ball to the outside, finds Ballou. Ballou head up, plays inside the box. The defender did not get the best clearance in the world. Ochoa will race to the touchline to try to save it. The assistant is there directly in front. Sammy wants to have a few words with him. Sammy thought that he was able to save it in just enough time and then throws it away. So Kiffey has to go and retrieve the ball.
I have to say, with my aging eyes, and it's the furthest part of the pitch away from us, I thought if Sammy had left that one, I think it would have been a Tulsa ball, but I might be wrong.
I believe it would have. He looked like he was just going to try to save it at the very end.
Yeah.
Unfortunate there for Sammy Ochoa and the Roughnecks. Here's Ballou one more time. Plays this one to the corner. Ochoa is there one more time. Good bit of defending to be able to shield that ball away. Sacramento now plays back to the center. Ball played to the center of the pitch onto the boot of Tavo. Tavo turns, head up, ball to the outside. Justin Braun is showing inside the middle. He's going to slip in between 2 defenders. There's a deflection that comes off of Chad Bond, who went out to try to challenge on the outside in midfield. And that's something that we haven't seen from the Roughnecks, and they've been in a bit of trouble at times, Dave, from not being able to close on some of those midfielders, of giving them too much space on the outside, and Chad Bond was able to close there on Roro.
Yeah, and I'm sure David Irvin's told Chad Bond to do that, and that's his job as a sitting midfield player, isn't it? But it's all of the midfield closing down, as you say, Jeremy, for 18, 20 yards out. Here's the ball into the box.
Ballou, defender, stepped in front of Adam Black. Ballou maybe did not have enough lift on that ball on the service to the center of the box. Sacramento will elect to play now, far touchline. Ball played forward. Lubin's going to have to come out. No danger there. Mason Grimes, closest defender. Quick early ball. Laurie Bell has that one taken away from by Tavo. Justin Braun now plays back to the center of the field. Here's 18. Mirkovic. Nice run there from Justin Braun on the diagonal run. Tries to go far post. Lubin quickly to the side and has it. Lubin picks it up, looks, no danger there from Zach, and credit another save for the leader in saves so far in the USL, Zach Lubin.
Good little run from Justin Braun, as you say. He's had experience at MLS level. Here come the Roughnecks again, but it's a good run in between 2 of the back 3.
There's a good look to the outside from Adam Black. Davern probably wishes he could have had that one back one more time to try to do something else with it. Played directly at McLean.
Just going back to your point, Jeremy, about shutting players down 18, 20 yards out. I know there's no time in the game of soccer to feel sorry for teams, but you have to feel a little bit sorry for the Roughnecks, because they have had some great strikes against them, some really quality strikes. And I think one down at Austin that we saw, didn't we? So I know you can't feel sorry for teams, but they have had some good ones that Lubin's had no chance to stop.
Oh, Guadassi, the Brazilian, from 30 yards on the outside. That was maybe one of the better goals that we've seen the entire season so far.
Yeah.
Here inside the USL was the goal from Guadassi that gave the Aztecs the 1-0 lead there in the second half last week. That is, speaking of Austin, that is where Sacramento will be headed next, Dave Saunders. After the game here this evening, they will head down to the new park, Kelly Reeves, part of the Round Rock ISD. Nice stadium there that the Aztecs will be playing in for the rest of the season. That is where they train on a regular basis throughout the week. Seats 11,000.
And it makes sense that the USL schedule the West Coast teams to come and play the two teams, or two out of the three teams, I should say, in the Midwest, isn't it? So, because I think they've already been to Oklahoma City, if my memory serves me correct, and they lost 2-1, didn't they?
Yes, that is where Roro picked up the red card and was suspended for 3 games. We apologize to Sacramento fans that could not see that on the stream there in Oklahoma City. That has been an issue with them so far this season.
What are you complaining about? We had a beautiful view down there of our game, didn't we?
We did have a beautiful view from directly behind the goal. On
the monitor, it was a great view, wasn't it?
We love our Derby mates down the turnpike in Oklahoma City. Here's Gilberto. A strike from the outside. That was well over the top of the crossbar.
Yeah, Roustabout's in more trouble when the ball came towards them than Zach Lubin. Good sign from the Roughnecks there. Good defending with their back 3 and the 4 in front of them. Compact there, a shot from more than 20 yards out there, and no trouble for Lubin. Good start, and what have we had? 16 minutes 0-0, and I think David Irvin would be slightly the happier coach so far.
Don't forget, all USL regular season and playoff games are available live, free, and in HD on YouTube. Connect with the USL YouTube channel today. Roughnecks showing a little bit more high pressure than what they have in the past here against Sacramento here this evening.
I think that's the big difference, isn't it? The ball goes over the top. Good header from Ryan Price. I say that, but he's fouled the lad there. But yeah, going back to that pressing, David Irvin in the previous game against Portland Timbers had 3 left up front to stop the Portland back 4 playing. This is much more of 4 lines, isn't it? It's very much a 3-4-2-1, and it's not allowing the room that Sacramento probably have had in other games.
And this would be one of the very first looks outside of late last week that opponents have been able to see. There's a nice attempt. There is Justin Braun from about a yard outside the 18, maybe 20 yards out. And the Roughnecks fortunate there as Braun misses out one more time.
Yeah, silly me for saying what I said, wasn't it? Because Braun there with a good little 1-2, and in the end he had a good strike. It was a little bit closer to the crossbar there of Zach Lubin's goal. So he's quality, Justin Braun, he'll need looking after, and there's 2 up front against the back 3 of Venter, Price and Grimes.
Well, and credit Estrada as well for the little flick on. And that's just good working back and forth, knowing where each teammate's going to be. Here's Davern, tried to play that ball low and on the ground through the center. Unable to get through. This one plays all the way back to Venter. Venter turns, looks. Nice to have Kyle Venter back for the last couple of weeks after suffering an injury in training. Drafted by LA Galaxy, spent last year with Los Dos. Here's Braun. This is where the Roughnecks could be in a bit of trouble. Braun to the center of the pitch, keeps it on his right foot, now goes back out to the outside, has Estrada. Estrada will play back. Here's Tavo, wants to switch fields. Look at the buildup now coming from Sacramento. Estrada with his hand up there on the far side. Braun working against Ryan Price. Ryan Price from Florida Atlantic University ends up winning that battle here early on as a player is on the turf. A little bit of a groan from the crowd, and the Republic will play this one outside to allow someone to come over and look and make sure that, was that Braun that was down?
It was Braun. He was tackled quite solidly by Adam Black. Just going back to the last attack from Sacramento, one of the issues you've got, if you play 3 at the back, Kyle Venter played a ball up to try and find Cho or Miller up front, and he was slightly caught out of position. Just for a moment, it was 2-on-2.
Mirkovic to the outside, finds Braun. Estrada there towards the 18, showing. We'll go back to the center.
Sacramento really growing into this game and enjoying a lot of possession now.
Nice little give there from Gilberto, finds Roro. Challenge coming out from Chad Bond, slides, gets a touch on it. Estrada from the 18, looks to the outside, finds Tavo. Tavo plays the ball through, slides in, and a goal. Oh, brilliant setup from Sacramento, and they have been able to strike first here inside the 20th minute. And a good build-up and a great goal that comes in from number 3, David Estrada.
And you have to credit the Brazilian Gilberto, and then Guzman just played the perfect ball in. And as you said, the Mexican Estrada finishes, and that was a really quality move, quality team move, and that shows how good Sacramento really are. They've grown into this game. They got away with a couple of chances for Ochoa early on, good save from the keeper, and then they've grown into the game, and that was really a really good build-up, and one of those goals that you see quite often, a really good driven ball in, and the lad was, what, 4 or 5 yards out. So well played, Sacramento, and the Roughnecks have to come from behind again.
Nike is a proud partner of the USL. You can follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information.
So we'll see what the Roughnecks are made of here. Venter's going to take this throw in, still in zone half on the left-hand side. And confirming that David Estrada was the goal scorer. A great move from Sacramento, I say again. Just need the next 5 or 10 minutes to be solid for the Roughnecks. But here comes Sacramento again.
Here's Estrada kind of probing at Kyle Venter. Drops this one back to Gilberto. Here's Tavo. Looks centrally, has Justin Braun. Braun will now continue to swing it to the opposite side of the field. Braun continues on his run. That's one thing that you noticed about Sacramento. There have been times in which it seems like that they have not continued on the runs. Justin Braun has been a bit guilty of that at times, but so far we've seen Braun make a number of diagonal runs, and here's another great look. Tavo playing with his back to the goal, finds Roro. Sends back to Tavo, kind of slipped in between 2 defenders there. Venter was the closest defender. Lubin quickly comes off of his line to send this one forward. And you can tell it's a bit of a touch and go now with those 3 in the back, Dave Saunders. And Roughnecks have not played for an extended period of time with those 3 in the back. And this will be a full test. Oh, great ball played out to the corner flag. Here's Clementa. Gilberto. Working against Laurie Bell. Tavo plays the ball in. Nice diving header that just drifts wide of the post.
Well, another great move, and it was another great cross from Guzman on the right-hand side, the number 19, and a diving header from Justin Braun just wide of the left-hand upright. Sacramento fans, I'd love to know your views at Dave Saunders 63 on Twitter about this goal scoring, because it looks like any one of your midfield or your front 2 can score. I don't think it's a side that's got a 20-goal man, and who cares, quite frankly, if your fluidity that you've got in the midfield. You're playing really, really well in this first 22 minutes, and the Roughnecks have got a real test now because they can't get their foot on the ball to get any kind of possession at all.
Here's Lopez. Lopez from Mexico. Spent some time with the LA Blues. 7 goals so far on the season with 3 assists. Nice overlapping run to the outside. Guzman is showing there in the middle. Venter, though, has him marked up. They will play back towards the arc. Roughnecks have this one surrounded. Gilberto to Clementa. Back to the center of the pitch. Braun leaves this one for Gilberto. That one's off the crossbar.
Again, a fantastic move. Ended up with Gilberto striking the ball from 22 yards. Lubin dived, it hit the bar. The Roughnecks have got away with it. They just need to slow down, consolidate, and just try and cope with this fluidity that's coming through the midfield. It really is a joy to watch, I have to say, even as a Roughnecks fan. And well, the Roughnecks 1-0 at the moment, and they've got to just somehow get their foot on the ball. It's the likes of Chad Bond who've got to get stuck in the midfield, but it's very difficult when midfield players are running through you.
And it looked like Lubin may have got just a piece of that one to send it to the crossbar. And more possession here for Sacramento.
If he did, he was one of the only Roughnecks players to have touched the ball in the last sort of 5 minutes, Jeremy, but I hope it was a good save. But it was came back to Gilberto again. He had a second bite of the cherry, but sliced it wide. But this really is a great footballing show we're seeing from Sacramento at the moment.
Braun could not get the first touch on it. That one drops to Brady Ballou. Ballou sends forward to Sammy Ochoa. Ochoa turns, finds good ball to the center of the pitch to Adam Black. Switch fields to the opposite side. Here's Irla Davern. Davern will have a go with the left foot from outside on the strike. And that one sails maybe a bit wide and just towards the upper 90 corner. But a good look there from Davern.
And that was much better, wasn't it, from the Roughnecks? It suddenly opened up there. Stephen Miller pulled wide on the left. Ballou found Davern. Davern thought, well, it's parting of the Red Sea. I'll go through and have a strike. He hit it left-footed. It was a couple of yards wide. No save for McLean, who has just had the one save on the night from Sammy Ochoa in the first couple of minutes.
But again, that was all due to the hard work from Sammy Ochoa to be able to use his body to shield off. Here's Estrada working against Vinter. Vinter doing a good job staying in front of Estrada. Estrada now with the patience. Gilberto with his right foot. Go to the opposite field for Braun. Ballou is there. Gets the initial touch on it. Oh, a little shove there in the back from Ballou. Letting Braun know that he's there. No harm done. Here's Daly. To Clementa. Back to Gilberto. To Lopez.
They just seem to be able to find the midfielders, any one of them working. There's Braun again pulling away from the 18-yard line.
Well, look at the time they have. Plenty of time. There's no rush in them whatsoever.
And it's all about working off the ball, and every single one of them feeling content with the ball at their feet. But the Roughnecks hanging in here and defending stoutly.
Guzman. Challenge there, sliding through from Davern. Throw in now coming up for the Republic.
Good old-fashioned Irish challenge there from Davern.
Don't forget, Admiral Sportswear is the official sportswear provider of the Tulsa Roughnecks. You can look for the official Admiral products at ONEOK Field. They have brand new polos in the shop. Dave Saunders, Admiral Polos with the Roughnecks logo.
Very
nice little dump off there towards the center of the pitch. Thought he would let one go from the outside. Nice ball played in. It's the run coming across at an angle from Justin Braun in front of Zach Lubin, and just could not get the touch on it that he desired. And the Roughnecks escape one more time, this time inside the 27th minute. And still a 1-0 lead for the Republic.
Great little run from Justin Braun. The only reason why Sacramento were not 2-0 up was the pressure applied by Zach Lubin, and a good job that he didn't have more of a contact on Braun, because Braun could have easily gone down, understandably, and under the pressure and got a penalty. But good move again from Sacramento. But again, I have to say, Roughnecks hanging in there. It's only 1-0.
Vinter with a challenge on Braun. This one comes to Guzman. Guzman up the right-hand side, pushes forward, finds Estrada. Mason Grimes is there to challenge. Throw in here quickly. Estrada drops back to Braun. Braun will reverse. Clementa, Gilberto to Lopez. Back to the Brazilian in the center of the pitch. Mirkovic, who has been maybe one of the more important players for the Sacramento side so far this season. 12 starts for him, make it 13 for tonight. Has one assist, has played over 1,000 minutes so far. Last year had the 5th most minutes for Sacramento at 27 appearances in 2014.
I know we're admiring the Sacramento play tonight, but you have to admire the Roughnecks for, as I said, hanging in there and defending as well as they are. It's such easy on the eye, isn't it, to watch Sacramento play? But all it is a few little runs off the ball into space, playing little triangles, and they're all comfortable on the ball. There's not one of them that thinks, well, when the ball comes to me, I don't want it at my feet. Of course, they're professionals, but it really is a joy to watch. But again, I say, well done the Roughnecks for what they've done so far. It is only 1-0, Jeremy, and we've played coming up 29 minutes.
Here's Chad Bond, service to the outside, finds Ballou. Ballou will turn, head up, little step over move, has an overlapping run to the outside. That ball could not squirt through to the middle. Sammy Ochoa was one of the players that was there. Here's Laurie Bell. Bell has the ball come right back to him as he bounces up off the turf to Brady Ballou. Ballou plays his service off of Lopez. Throw in now coming up for Tulsa.
It would be really good if the Roughnecks could have 5-10 minutes now of good quality possession and make Sacramento run around a little bit. It's in the shade now, which must be a little bit better for the players, but I'm sure it's still very, very warm down there on the pitch.
Saw Ryan Price on the throw-in. Venter wins the header near at midfield. Comes to Chad Bond. Bond with a little touch header back to Davern. Davern trying to connect with Stephen Miller there, unable to do so. Davern with the quick challenge. A throw-in now for Sacramento near midfield. Don't forget, you can become a fan of the USL on Facebook for exclusive league news and interactive content. Braun turns. He's got plenty of time and space. Gilberto. No one really coming out to challenge the Brazilian. Tries to link up there with Guzman, unable to do so, and the Roughnecks have earned a throw.
A rare loose ball there, wasn't it, from Gilberto? Didn't find Guzman, not on the same wavelength. We've got the 30-minute mark now, so I don't know if the fourth official is saying there should be a water break, a hydration break. Jeremy, was it on the 30-minute mark?
It was around the 30-minute mark,
right.
Is when, if the fourth official deems, they do have to check the temperature, and we'll run down the official rules for you coming up here in 1 minute. There's high pressure there from Sammy Ochoa as McLean dumps it off. You can follow at USL on Twitter to become a league insider, join club conversations, and have a chance at exclusive giveaways. Ryan Price dumps this one near the corner flag. Pressure there from Adam Black. Defender does his best work to play that one off of Adam Black. Now the assistant is pointing towards a corner, and now defender wants to go over. That's Vukovic, who's pleading with the assistant there that he thought that one went off of Adam Black. The Roughnecks will take it, and we'll have another corner.
Yeah, we'll take it, and if they score now, it'll be an interesting look back at that.
Here's off the set piece, and the service now coming in from Adam Black. That one is cleared away. Back to Ryan Price, back towards midfield.
Let's just say the linesman's a lot closer than we are, Jeremy. That's just about the furthest, that corner flag, isn't it, from our commentary position. But the corner came to nothing, and I say again, you know, Roughnecks have done well to keep it to 1-0. They're up against a quality side, one of the best sides probably we've seen here at ONEOK, but who knows? Who knows? You know, it's 32 minutes gone. They get into half-time at 1-1, or just with a standard lead for Sacramento, and who knows what will happen in the second half after a talking from Coach Irvin. But certainly the Roughnecks have set up boldly with a 3-4-2-1 tonight.
Pressure there from Black. That one out the end of the byline as McLean will go to retrieve that one as the ball bounces up on the berm.
And I
See
guess
the fans there.
I guess as well, it's like any sport, isn't it? The two words, if only. If only Sammy Ochoa put those two chances away inside the first 8 minutes. Roughnecks obviously could have been 2-1 ahead or 2-0 ahead, but they didn't go in. They didn't take their chances. Quality defending, quality goalkeeping, and a quality goal from Sacramento means the visitors are leading 1-0.
Here's McLean, sends forward the former product from Cal Poly. Davern finds himself at the center of the pitch this time to Chad Bond, holding midfielder, plays forward to Ochoa. Could not get that one to go to the outside. You could see he had the right idea to try to find Brady Ballou. Republic come away with possession. You know, just about a year ago, the wonderful stadium up in Sacramento opened at Bonnie Field. Roughnecks will make the return trip coming up later this year. Excited to have the opportunity to go up to Sacramento. See the tremendous support that the Republic have in Sacramento. Good ball forward there from the back line. Showa has it, now back to Ballou. Ballou could not push back past the lone defender there. Easy ball played back for possession here for Sacramento.
I'm sure the Sacramento fans watching in on YouTube are really enjoying their side's performance.
Here's Justin Braun. Davern comes back to challenge for a bit on the overlapping to the outside. Oh, Braun just missed with the sliding touch. If he could have just got a piece of that in front of Lubin. Lubin comes away with it, though. Nice service there on the ball that was played exactly where Justin Braun was going to be able to get to it, potentially, as he had to slide through. That was Clementa.
Up from right back, we might add.
And Clementa pushes forward. And last week against Oklahoma City, you got to see that Clementa and Guzman had quite the connection with each other. They were almost tied together and played off of each other extremely well. And Clementa is not afraid, as you mentioned, Dave Saunders, to move forward. We've seen that quite a bit from the Tulsa side as well, with not only Davern, but from Brady as well. A little bit of a different lineup here this evening. Stephen Miller gives chase.
Yeah, it's an interesting battle down that Tulsa Roughnecks left-hand side. You've got the Irishman Davern really pushing on. There he is, look, just creeping into the box now. And he's up against Clementa, who's not afraid to come forward as well, as we've just seen in that last Sacramento attack. It's a good game. It's a good game with two different setups.
There's Brady Blues back after a concussion. Played his collegiate ball at Seattle. Also the first ever goal in the history of the Tulsa Roughnecks here this season in the opening match against Oklahoma City in the 72nd minute. Here's an offsides for the Roughnecks.
That took a very long time for the flag to go up. It seemed like Davern had the ball at his feet for an eternity then, but it's a good attack, good little spell this. They've quelled the pressure for just a little while now, the Roughnecks, so they're working hard, those men out there in the orange shirts tonight. Looked like the shirt was tugged there of Grimes, who did well to beat Braun, but here's Braun back with the ball again.
This is Guzman. Guzman slips it on the inside, and there's a goal that's slotted in on the backhand side. A terrific look from Guzman as he finds, and look who it is, it's Roro. Rodrigo Lopez slides through for his 8th goal on the season, and just like that, Sacramento strikes one more time here in the 37th minute, and it's the goal from number 8, Rodrigo Lopez.
And Sacramento fans will forgive me for mixing up Guzman with Braun. Guzman, I'm used to seeing him out wide on the right, but actually Braun took the defender away and played in Guzman's position. He ran out to the right wing. Guzman shows up in the middle, slips a little ball into Lopez. We haven't seen a lot of Lopez tonight, but he just showed what he can do. Beautiful finish, 2-0, and now there is a little bit of a gap obviously now, and we've got about 8 minutes to go till half-time. And important now the Roughnecks don't concede again before half-time, and Sacramento start to really control this game, as they have done with most of this half.
Don't forget, coming up at halftime, we will have our Court Furniture Rental halftime show. Court Furniture has played a key role in making the Roughnecks players feel at home here in Tulsa. Court Furniture, there when you need it and gone when you don't. From midfield, here's Davern. Guzman stalking him, finds Laurie Bell. Laurie Bell looking to the far side of the pitch. There's Ballou that's outside all alone. Good first touch to be able to settle that ball, bring it down. You saw Ochoa calling for it. Ballou wanted to challenge the defender head up. This will be a throw-in now for Tulsa.
I'm sure David Irvin would agree with me. We'd like to see Chad Bond more on the ball. He hasn't had the normal possession that he has, Jeremy, in a Roughneck shirt, and that's quality play from the midfield of Sacramento, of course, but we'd like to see, here he is, Chad Bond on the ball a lot more.
Ball from Ochoa. There's a run from Stephen Miller, a curling run. Bond could not slip that one through. There's a dangerous ball played to the center. Good challenge there. Good job from Sacramento. That's Mirkovic to be able to get the touch on it just in front of Sammy Ochoa. Clementa has Braun directly in front of him along the touchline. Braun will turn, try to go head up. Boy, a dive in there from Kyle Venter as he missed. Good thing Davern was there to be able to recover. Come over to challenge Braun, as Braun had made Kyle Venter miss from the corner of the 18. Lubin has it on the bounce.
And it was a good challenge from Davern as well. Good challenge, and well played Justin Braun. No complaints from him with the challenge.
There's a little flick there as Adam Black had a run at McLean. McLean comes away with it. quickly to the outside on the service. As Daly to Guzman. Corey Bell from the back line trying to go over the top. Centrally played ball. Stephen Miller was the closest roughneck. No harm for Seattle up near midfield. As we are 40th minute now. Gilberto to the outside, and the flag is up. That was Lopez that was caught to the outside along the touch.
Yeah, he's wagging his finger at the linesman saying he wasn't off, but I think probably he was just by a yard as we look across. But again, good movement from Sacramento. And it'd be great if the Roughnecks could just get another strike on goal before half-time. As you say, Jeremy, we're coming up to the 40th minute now. And still just really the two Sammy Ochoa chances for the Roughnecks in that half.
McLean dumps that one down the center. Davern heads back to Zach Lubin. Lubin to the outside, finds Ryan Price from Florida Atlantic University. Up past midfield. Stephen Miller, a little 1-2 there with Miller working against Price. Sacramento comes away with it. Have you visited the new USLsoccer.com? You can get the latest news and live stats and check out the new social media hub at USLsoccer.com.
Really, again, we are watching a very good team here, Sacramento Republic. They play, as I said, in those little triangles. They can open up the players. They are now. They've got flexibility in where the players pop up. There's a foul there. Referee possibly could have played on there. I think Guzman was saying that, but they can take their time now. But we are watching, Jeremy, I would say the best side we've seen here this season.
No question about that, at least through the first 40 minutes here in the first half.
Let's hope it all changes in the second.
Lopez has a run through the box. Mason Grimes with the challenge, plays this one out.
They play with Mirkovic, the Serbian, as the holding midfield player, and he's done a really good job in there, which allows the flair players in front of him to just be interchangeable. The likes of Lopez and Gilberto, and of course Braun and Estrada are a handful up front. So you can go on, and I didn't even mention Guzman in that little talk there. So they really have a quality side here.
Throw in from the opposite side. Kiffey to Braun. Ryan Price slides through, knocks that one away. Here's a ball. Let's play to the outside. This is going to be way too heavy off of the boot in the vicinity of Davern.
Little bit of a sign of desperation there, wasn't it, from Adam Black, just trying to whack the ball to the left-hand side, hoping that Davern had made the run, but it was miles in front of him, and Sacramento get the ball back again. That's the one area as well, when you're trailing 2-0, you cannot find yourself in those moments of desperation. You have to realize there's still a second half, but sometimes a bit frustrated by the way that things have started so far. It's Mason Grimes working against Estrada. Grimes there with a little challenge. We mentioned Mason coming back off international duty with Guam, had 2 wins there. Did not play last week against Austin. David Irving went to Mason Grimes in the morning walkthrough and asked how he felt based off of the amount of travel that Mason Grimes has had. I mean, from Oklahoma to Guam and then back, to be there and to play 2 games, all the travel back, and then almost when you get back to have to hop on a bus for 7 hours and head to Austin, Texas. Mason had said, you know what, legs are a little heavy right now. So David Irving gave him the night off last Saturday in Austin, and talked to Mason earlier this week on the radio side on the Tulsa Soccer Show podcast. And Mason said that he felt much better, had his legs back underneath him, and good to see him back out. And good to see an experienced referee tonight, keeping good control of this game. Not there's been anything for him really to do, but just a couple of incidents creeping in, and he's just gone over and had a quiet word. No sign of any cards, and well done to him.
Estrada as Ryan Price wins the header in the air. Back to Vinter. Good ball over the top to Vinter. Can Ballou run onto it? Had a step for a brief moment, now has to drop and play this one back. Adam Black is showing their service towards the penalty area. This one off of the deflection, comes out to the outside. Here's Davrin. Davrin with a nice little dump off, finds Vinter. Vinter head up, back to Davrin. Davrin, oh, nice little move between the legs. Little meg action there from Davrin, and then a foul from behind. And Guzman comes over to help up Davrin.
Wonderful piece of play from Davrin, and Guzman knew how to stop him. And I think the referee, is it a talking to or is it going to be a card? We're in the last few seconds of the first half, and it's good that the Roughnecks are finishing this with a bit of pressure now. If they can just get a good quality free kick in here, Jeremy, who knows? Go in 2-1. If we go in at 2-1, it's game on. 2-0, dangerous score for Sacramento, of course, but the next goal... if the Roughnecks went 3-0 down early in the second half, it would be a long, long way back. Let's hope they can go in 2-1 with this quality here from, I think it's Chad Bond on the ball.
It is Bond. Bond here with the service towards the back post. Plenty of Roughnecks players are there, and that one with the header from Adam Black is directly at McLean, the keeper. And the referee assistant.
It's an offside. I think he's played on.
Yeah, he's going to say play on.
When the keeper's got the ball in his hands. So we're playing some injury time. 2 minutes, Jeremy.
2 minutes added on.
I think it was 2, wasn't it?
No, 1 minute of stoppage time was added on, and that will do it.
Yeah.
Tulsa Roughnecks trail here at home at ONEOK 2-0 to the Sacramento Republic, as they have come on from the goals from David Estrada and Rodrigo Lopez, with the 2-0 lead here at halftime in downtown Tulsa at ONEOK Field. Coming up at halftime, we'll have a conversation with Roughnecks forward Andy Lori, who was injured.
The Roughnecks once again thank Tulsa's Channel 8 and 106.9 K-Hits for sponsoring tonight's match. The Tulsa Roughnecks are proud to have these fine sponsors helping us out on tonight's Thirsty Thursday. Thanks again to Tulsa's Channel 8 and 106.9 K-Hits. Become a fan of the USL on Facebook and follow on Twitter for league news, interactive content, and have a chance to win exclusive giveaways. And remember that all USL regular season and playoff games are available live, free, and in HD on YouTube. Connect with the USL on YouTube today. Let's send it down to Justin on the field with details of the Roughnecks' upcoming home matches.
All right, thanks so much, Jace. First of all, Roughnecks Nation, let's give it up for our guys for that first half. I know they played hard out there, a couple bad breaks, balls bouncing the wrong way, but I know the second half they're going to come out and they're going to be ready and fired up and ready to go. Now, I want you guys to stick around after the match tonight because the Roughnecks players and coaches do a great job, and they come around and they want to meet our fans. So we want you guys to come to the bottom of the sections. If you guys are out in the outfield berms out there, come down to the seating bowl, and they come walk around the seating bowl, bring your posters out, and they'll be signing autographs after tonight's match. We're also going to do the Roustabout's Man of the Match, and we're going to give a free Joe Mama's Pizza to one of the players of tonight's game. And don't forget to head over to the Fur Circus after for the official after party. Bring your ticket stub over there, and your first Coors Original is free. Plus, there's free Joe Mama's Pizza until it is gone. While supplies last over there, the free Joe Mama's Pizza is fantastic. Again, that is over at the Fur Shop. Then, the Roughnecks are back in town on Saturday, this upcoming Saturday, for a post-game fireworks show. Make sure you guys come out. Our fireworks show is fantastic. We want you guys to come back out, have some fun with us. We're going to have the Roughnecks rally going on starting at 4 o'clock over at Guthrie Green. Live music, face painter, balloon artists, all sorts of activities for the kids. And then we're going to march to the match about 6:15, so we want you guys to be a part of that. Come out on early. The game's going to start at 7:30 with post-game fireworks after that match. Plus, we're going to give away that LA flyaway. If you guys haven't signed up yet, head over to the table in the Arvis Plaza. It's free to sign up. Make sure you sign up over there for that LA trip that we're going to give away on Saturday. Then the Roughnecks go on the road for a little bit, and they are back on Thursday, July the 9th for another
from Sacramento this evening. At the 6th pick, Willie Cauley-Stein from Kentucky was picked up for the Sacramento Kings. But here, as you get a good look at Preki there on the bench on the YouTube feed, laid back, no worries from Preki so far. Now, David Irving, who is the head coach for the Tulsa Roughnecks, told us in the pregame that any chance that he gets to be in Sacramento, he goes and he plays golf with Preki. And he just wanted to let everyone know that he feels like that Preki takes every advantage that he can on the golf course, whether that be legal or not legal. But David Irving and Preki have a great relationship with each other back and forth. And what a tremendous job, what a tremendous career that Preki has had as not only a player on the pitch, but as a head coach as well.
Absolutely. I actually remember him playing for Portsmouth in England and also Everton. Interesting that both coaches tonight have had affiliations with Everton. So I'm sure David Irving won't want this scoreline to stay like this. He'll want something out of this game.
And, of course, Sacramento knocked out Wilmington in the quarterfinals last year. Then coached by David Irving. The Wilmington Hammerheads, first-year franchise here in the city of Tulsa. Thank you to those of you watching in, not only on YouTube, but on the radio feed as well. I know you asked a question earlier, and Sacramento fans were quick to have a response on as far as the scoring is concerned for the Republic side.
Yeah, thank you to Creek Bear. He said Sacramento has balanced scoring throughout, and I think that's the point I was trying to make. They haven't got the 20-goal man, but they've got midfielders that can score from anywhere and a couple of good strikers. But he's given me a bit of hope because he says they are prone to the counter, and he also mentioned Clemente coming up from right back. He creates a ton with his run. So thank you for that. And let's have some more tweets. Here are the Roughnecks, though.
Well, there's a great ball that's played forward. Finds Ochoa. Ochoa with the hard work. Plays it back center. Now has it on the outside. Trying to go 1v1 against the defender. And Sammy continues to work. Former member of the Seattle Sounders plays back to Brady Ballou. Ballou tries to dump it on the inside to Laurie Bell. And the defender comes sliding through to clear that one away. Sammy Ochoa has 2 goals so far on the season. Here's a foul at midfield. And I believe the stat is Sacramento has had 13 different players score a goal so far this season in the now 27 that they have scored. So it has been a extremely balanced attack. Tulsa continuing to struggle to be able to have that early goal. In almost every game that they've had the early goal, they've had a large amount of success. Of course, the one that stands out is when Gibson Bardsley was able to score in the 2nd minute here against S2 for the first ever win at home for Tulsa. A place where the Roughnecks have struggled. Only 1 win so far here at ONEOK Field this season.
And I think I'm right in saying the Roughnecks have only scored 3 or more in 2 games this season. So they've got to do it again tonight if they're going to win this game. Of course, 2-0 down. They must score 3 to win the game. Obvious statement.
Roughnecks might have gotten away with one there. I believe that was Estrada that was down. Here's a throw-in now coming up. Ballou quickly finds Ryan Price to Laurie Bell. Laurie Bell over the top. Nice one-touch there from Ballou. Finds Stephen Miller to the center. To Adam Black, left-footed. Here's Davrin. Good service there. Header off the post. It's denied.
Stephen Miller, wasn't it?
It was Stephen Miller. Roughnecks still with an opportunity. Here's Ballou inside, has an opportunity, goes far post. That one just slips by to the outside. And a corner now.
Well, great pressure. I mean, this is a really good response from the Roughnecks. 3 minutes into the second half, and Miller there did everything right. Well, obviously didn't because the ball didn't end up in the back of the net. But
good service from Davrin, as we see on the replay.
Great service from Davrin. Header from Miller. Hits the bar. Small margins, but good play from Roughnecks. But they must convert this pressure.
Here's a set piece off the corner. McLean comes off of his line. This one's still free in the box. It'll bounce out inside the arc to Black. Black has a go. That one comes off deflection. Still free, battling around, and finally Gilberto clears this one away up past midfield through the center circle, and Ryan Price will now head this one back all the way to Zach Lubin.
So they've had 3 good sights at goal with Ochoa's 2 chances in the first half and Steve Miller hitting the bar there. So come on, Roughnecks. There is good hope here tonight.
But again, Roughnecks showing signs here early on in the second half. And we might have our first sub of the night, and it looks like that we will.
Laurie Bell's going off, I
Laurie
think.
Bell will make his way off the pitch. And I believe this will be our first ever opportunity to see the youngster who was just signed to the Tulsa Roughnecks. He's been on trial with the Roughnecks now for an extended period of time, but University of Tulsa product, Christian Mata, makes his very first appearance here this evening off the sub from Laurie Bell.
Well, it'd be interesting to see him in that front line up there with Achora Miller. So we hope he's going to be lively and give the Sacramento defence something to think about. But they're having to soak up the pressure here from the men in orange. Great response here after a good talking to, I'm sure, from Coach Irvin.
Christian Mata into the matchup. And we'll see. The referee's going to point towards the corner. By the way, Mata attended Union High School here in Tulsa, 4-year letter winner. He scored 70 career goals for the Redskins and was named the Gatorade Oklahoma Player of the Year in his senior season. Played for TSC Hurricane, one of the clubs. Here's the in-swinger from Adam Black. Oh, good clearance there from Guzman. And now knocked out on the touchline for Tulsa. Since leaving TU, Mata's had tryouts in Liga MX and also with the Sounders on the MLS side. And from what I understand, Christian has had an unbelievable bit of training for Tulsa over the last few weeks, has been one of the better players. Oh, here's Brady Ballou. Somehow keeps that one on his foot. Inside the box he goes, tries to go near post. Challenge comes over as Ballou is dumped to the turf, but a good challenge from the defender Vukovic, who comes over against Brady Ballou, but another corner now for Tulsa.
Great play from Ballou. Mata there, just coming on as a sub, made the run, just held his run back, 6-yard line, head in hands time for Mata.
Here's Black to the far post. Got a piece of that one, headed it down off the bounce. That was Stephen Miller that was in the area. I believe he's the one that got a piece of it.
Yeah, Stephen Miller, the man who headed against the bar just a couple of minutes ago. You mentioned about the draft in the basketball, and it's exciting times in the world of sport. And of course, Jeremy, a great weekend coming up in the Women's World Cup with USA tomorrow. And of course, I have to say, my girls from England will be playing against Canada. Of course, two English coaches there going up against each other.
Here's Estrada inside the box, sets himself up on the right foot, could not get it to go through the legs of Mason Grimes off of the shot. Grimes continuing to push on the outside. Dumps this one back to Roro. Roro heads up play. No rush from him. Finds Kiffey. Kiffey from Santa Barbara, California, UC Santa Barbara. His 13th appearance and 10th start this evening. Has played, coming into tonight, almost 800 minutes. Has 1 goal and 1 assist. Here's Gilberto. Fought for and won there by Brady.
Almost identical start in both halves, isn't it? Roughnecks pressure, chances on goal, and Sacramento just trying to stem the tide now. But here come the Roughnecks again.
Look at that ball from Mata. Unfortunate there as Davern is dispossessed. Contact there at midfield. The referee was going to see if they could play on. But when the ball touched Zach Lubin, the referee makes the call. That's Guzman that's down.
Strong challenge from Chad Bond, and nice to see that the Sacramento players are not surrounding the referee asking for a card, but I am a little bit surprised he hasn't gone to his pocket there, but he's refereed this game very well. I think he's a little bit more experienced than some of the other referees we've seen, Jeremy, in ONEOK this season, which will please Coach Irvin, no doubt. No card.
Guzman, by the way, played at Chico State.
And he's a great player, isn't he?
Absolutely.
Set up one of the goals tonight, or both of them, I think.
Had a goal in the USL Championship match last season as well. 32 appearances last season in 2014 for Sacramento. This will be a free kick coming up for Tulsa.
Second substitution from David Irvin.
Boy, and Coach Irving is going a little bit early now to the subs. A little bit earlier, and this will be Mason Grimes, and in his place will be Ben Brewster.
Which I think is just a resting of the legs for Grimes, isn't it? It'll be a straight swap. It'll still be 3 at the back. Price has gone central. Brewster's come out of the right of the 3. Venter still on the left of the 3 at the back.
Brewster comes in, former member of Seacoast United, who we saw in the U.S. Open Cup. Here's Ballou. This little footwork there from Brady to maintain possession, back outside the box. That cross does not have enough on it to get over the top of Guzman. Adam Black to Miller. Miller turns. Nice little dump off there. Oh, nice run through. It's offsides.
Well,
referee's assistant had his flag up.
I'm not sure that Ochoa, who had the shot, was offside. I think Mata was the one that was offside, but he didn't really interfere. Maybe the flag went up a little bit early, and that's what I often say to anybody who's new to the game of soccer and watching it. Sometimes we have to wait for the flag to go up for the man to become active in an offside position, and I'm not sure Ochoa was there. A few groans from the crowd agreeing with me.
So far from what we've seen, though, that's a nice bit of work from Christian Mata, the rookie who has made his way on.
Yeah, good signs.
Ryan Price going up against Braun. Whoa, this one headed directly up from Brewster. Ball is loose inside the box as Lubin is challenged. And it will be a foul inside the box. Lubin is extremely upset with the referee here.
I don't know why, because he's got the free kick. And I'm surprised the linesman from 50 yards away was waving his flag before the referee put his whistle to his mouth. But I'm sure the ref was going to give it anyway. Foul on the keeper. It's going to be a free kick. And this is good stuff from the Roughnecks. They've really, under the lights here at this beautiful stadium, have really taken this now in the first 10 minutes to the team that are currently in second place. Joint second.
You could become a fan of the USL on Facebook for exclusive league news and interactive content. Here's Miller. Miller with the touch. Tried to get the cross off with the right, unable to do so. Surrounded there. There's a foul. Stephen Miller on the challenge. Mata's a little bit upset. Roro down on the turf. He's all right. He's going to have a little helping hand up. You see Stephen Miller there trotting back.
I have to say, I think that's the first dive of the night, and you don't want to see that, really, and I don't think Sacramento really need to do that. Lopez going down far too easily in his own box for me, but anyway, it's given. We get on with the game, and it's been a pretty fairly contested game so far. Good pressure from Mata there.
Great pressure from Mata. Caused McLean to shank that one off the side of the foot. Here's calling for the ball inside the box. Here's Adam Black. Black plays the ball low, back to the center area towards the 6-yard box, and the clearance from the defense.
Do you know, all of a sudden it's a different game, because that was very easy for Adam Black to get in behind the back four of Sacramento. So there's hope here for David Owen's men.
Speaking in, getting in back behind, here's Ballou. Brewster was showing a run to the outside. Here's Miller. A little bit of a first touch. We'll drop it off back and Bond.
And I think as Bond's shot goes way over, another substitution from Coach Irvin, which I'll let you talk about, Jeremy, and I'll come back to another point about the back three.
I believe first we're going to have a substitute coming up for Sacramento, as Gilberto will make his way out, and Derek Foran will be coming on for Sacramento, and for the Tulsa Roughnecks, Luca Cordero on for Adam Black. So maybe a little bit change of pace now. Cordero more of a possession-based, likes to turn and face up. Extremely compact footwork from Cordero that we've seen as he makes his way on.
Just going to say about the back three, Ben Brewster coming on, who wins a towering header there, by the way. It's a bit of a gamble, but Ben Brewster is pushing on whenever he can, which means it's going to be 2 against 2 sometimes at the back.
Here's Kiffey. Kiffey all the way through. Lubin off of his line. Collects this one in front of Ryan Price. Estrada was there for a moment. Zach Lubin came into tonight, the native of Bozeman, Montana, the leader in saves in USL. Former Sounders under-23 Academy.
And again, you have to feel a bit sorry for him tonight, because again, he couldn't have done anything about the 2 goals.
Here's Lopez with plenty of space in front of him. A Roughneck finally converges and gives the ball up at the 18. Poor clearance through the center of the field enables Sacramento to maintain possession here for a brief moment. Good job there on the outside, being able to knock that one down. And here's a ball that's played through. McLean has to come outside of his box, uses his head in front of Christian Mata. Good play there from McLean to Kiffey. Kiffey from midfield to the center of the pitch. Finds Mirkovic through the center circle. It's stolen away there. Well, one of Roughnecks players just said he'll have a go. Was that Ochoa or was that Cordero?
It was Ochoa.
He saw that McLean was off his line a bit.
Just a little point about the keeper coming out of his area under pressure of Mata there. And well done again to the groundsman, because that ball hit the turf, which is, well, I'll just let you go to the commentary.
Here's Braun, who has that one knocked away from him at the last moment.
Just finishing that point, Jeremy, the turf that they put in around the baseball infield, absolutely fine, no complaints at all. And there was a true bounce off that. It could easily have just ducked down and Mata could have been in, but it was a true bounce, and the keeper did well to head it away. And it's a goal kick at the other end with Zach Lubin.
It's a much better surface than what we saw during Portland, and the reason why there were issues at Portland, and they even talked about this in an article in the Tulsa World today, is they had a great time-lapse video of how long it takes them to put down the surface here on the baseball field. But there was a little bit too much moisture and too much water after the Portland game, but no issues so far here tonight on the sod that's put down inside the infield playing surface of ONEOK Field. Here's a corner now for Tulsa.
Well done again to the ground staff. I think it's amazing, the transformation. I've been to see a few of the Drillers games, and then you come and see it transformed into the soccer field. It's great for baseball and soccer fans here in Tulsa.
Here's Chad Bond. He spent a brief period of time with Sacramento, also Swansea City. Towards the penalty area. Roughnecks were not making a run there. Easy clearance out. Foreign comes through, wins it for a moment. Ballou tries to go back post. It's a run. Little meet up there with the keeper McLean and Sammy Ochoa.
I've been to Swansea a few times, and it made me smile a little bit when they're talking about the heat here and having a break for 30 minutes. At Swansea, you need to get in as a player and have a hot cup of tea or a hot cup of coffee or something hot, because it can be very, very windy and very, very cold. And I'm sure Chad Bond is enjoying playing out here more than some of those days.
There you see with the graphic, 5 games with the Republic in 2014. Our man from Wales. Guzman fighting there against Davron.
Davron thought it was his ball, didn't he? Davron's, it's interesting, it's been good pressure from the Roughnecks in this second half, but Davron's not really had the ball to go forward down that left-hand side, so maybe Preki did his work on the tactics there of David Irvin and has stopped the runs a little bit for Davron. Let's hope he can get in behind the right back.
A little bump from behind. Vinter, who has 1 goal on the season. That came against T2 in the last matchup here at ONEOK last month. Roughnecks back home for 4 consecutive games. And it is nice to be back home, and I know the team felt the exact same way. And here's a foul that will go against Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller has an intriguing story, and we'll have to get him on maybe one of the halftime bits for the radio side on ESPN 1300 The Buzz. But Stephen Miller went and played at Denmark for a bit before he actually went to Wilmington last year to play with David Irving, and actually stayed at a school in Denmark that was almost like a PE school. Played handball all day and volleyball all day while he was also playing soccer and training in the afternoons. A mathematics major from Colgate University.
It's a shame he just got his calculations slightly wrong with the header, didn't he? He was just against the bar. Free kick offside there. But I say again, and David Irvin said pre-match in the interview with you, Jeremy, didn't he, that, you know, you've got to take your chances. It's an obvious thing to say. And I know sometimes you come up against a great goalkeeper or the ball, you know, just spins away. But they've had 3 good chances, the Roughnecks, tonight.
Boy, there's a good job of being able to bring the ball down there from Sammy. Couldn't get that quite great touch on it after he was able to bring it down with the chest. No harm for McLean.
Just wonder how long it will be before he goes to Gibson Bardsley. I know Sacramento have got a couple of subs lined up, but would you go with Gibson? You know, something a little bit different.
I think that we might wait a few more minutes before we see that. I would assume sometime inside the 70th when we might see the next sub coming on for Tulsa. Now, a substitution for Sacramento as Justin Braun is being called to the sidelines. And we will get our first opportunity to see the captain of the Pakistani national team, Kalimullah, will make his way onto the pitch for the first time here this evening. And what a goal scorer that he has been throughout his entire career. Almost averages a goal per game.
That's pretty good for any striker. There we are, Sacramento fans. Is that your striker that you need with your 20-plus goals? But Jeremy, when you look back, of course you want the Roughnecks to win every game here. But when you just take a step back for a moment, you look out there at this site, professional soccer back in Tulsa, and you look at the backdrop and you look at this setup here at ONEOK. What a great sight, and what a great feeling, and a great privilege to be here watching professional soccer again. Be great if they can get back in this game, but you just have to take a step back sometimes and realize how privileged you are to be seeing this.
Gabe Gissy makes his way onto the pitch as well. Now, Gissy had a great goal last week against Oklahoma City. The 18-year-old.
There's a yellow card there for the lad. He just ran into Zach Lubin there. Zach Lubin cleared the ball, and the substitute...
That's Kalimullah that just came on.
Kalimullah, and he just ran into Zach Lubin. He's got the first yellow card of the night, and he's not even kicked the ball yet.
Yeah, we were mentioning, boy, 21 years old, was the captain of the national team there in Pakistan. Had 72 goals in 5 seasons there in the Premier League, 18 goals last year. Played 25 minutes last week against the Oklahoma City Energy as he was on trial for a period of time and was just signed ahead of the game last weekend with Oklahoma City. Don't forget that you can follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information. Nike is a proud partner of the USL.
And it really is a worldwide game, Jeremy, isn't it? You know, you mentioned earlier on Guam beating India. You know, India playing soccer, that wouldn't have happened, 10 or so years ago, and it's really coming to the fore in India and Pakistan. It really is a game that is played all over the world, a fantastic game to watch, and here we are watching it in downtown Tulsa. Bad touch from Davron there.
A bit of possession here from Sacramento, what they're known for. Cuts to the inside. Rowe will just dump back. Now back to the foot of Lopez. Lopez turns, tries to play it forward with the right. Unable to do so. This one out of bounds, and a throw in now for Tulsa as they trail 2-0 here. 67th minute. Kyle Venter with the throw in.
Good crowd again in on Thursday night here in downtown Tulsa. But they would dearly love to be cheering a Tulsa goal to make this really into a really one of those really great games, because at the moment Sacramento 2-0, looking fairly comfortable after they weathered that first 10-minute storm of the Roughnecks in the second half. Got a player gone down there. I think it's the right back Clemento's gone down. I think he might have twisted his ankle or his knee there.
Yeah, he just kind of went down. There wasn't anyone that was around him. Went down there. Let's hope that he's going to be okay. And that is Clementa. See several players over looking at him. Training staff will come over.
So Women's World Cup, England against USA in the final then, Pop.
Are you surprised that your English side is still active?
Little bit. I mean, talking about, tactics and so on, I would say watching it obviously only on TV, finding it difficult to score goals, although they scored a couple in the last round against Norway. But it's been a solid defensive performance. And I think that, all good teams, as I've often said, sat here are built on a good defence. But I think England will need a little bit of luck in front of goal. They're up against a good Canada side, who again haven't scored many goals. As I said, there are two good English coaches there, both for those two teams. But I fancy the USA certainly to go all the way, and they're in the harder side of the draw. Of course, they would have to play the winner of Germany-France in the semi-final. That's if they can, of course, overcome. It is Japan. I'm putting myself on the spot here. But yeah, it's been good, the Women's World Cup. I've really enjoyed watching it. I think those girls play hard and fair. They don't roll around, and it's been really refreshing to see. Very well officiated, and I think Canada's done a really good job on the very hot turf they've been playing on. But back to here tonight in downtown Tulsa. David Irvin just talking from a few yards away to Sammy Ochoa. And I think Gibson Bardsley will be coming on. That's Clemento that's been carried off there, Jeremy.
But well, he's not putting hardly any weight on that leg as well.
Yeah.
And this is going to bring in Cesares. And that has been a position there for, well, it's been kind of back and forth, I believe, with Kife and Cesares there on the left-hand side. So Cesares is going to come in for Clementa. Clementa's a great story, by the way. I mean, went through the open tryout for Sacramento, had spent some time in 2009 in Slovakia and Germany in 2010, came through the open tryout, and as Danny Barea comes on as well for Guzman, came through the open tryout and ended up starting 30 games last season for Sacramento, and we saw him have an impact on the game and pushing forward.
Wasn't that a very positive Andy Laurie at halftime? What a positive man he is, going for his surgery. Wish him all the best. A very positive outlook on his next few months of recovery.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for Andy. He had the ACL injury last week in Austin. Well, the dribbler off the right foot directly at McLean. Choa was 2 steps away.
And Andy Laurie is very entertaining with the headset on the microphone, so hopefully it'll be our game pot.
Ryan Price steps in and wins. Now back to Brewster with the header back to Lubin. Lubin goes to the outside one more time.
Roughnecks really pushing 4 up front now. They've got to go for it now. There's less than 20 minutes left of the 90.
Boy, Ballou could not settle on the first touch. Kiffey comes through, takes that one away. Now back to Kiffey near midfield. There's Mata that comes over to challenge. Plays forward.
Good defending from Ryan Price, winning it back for the Roughnecks.
Kali Mullah could not maintain it. Nice ball through. He's still onside. Is Mata. Mata's going to slip it through, and Mata's going to score. Christian Mata. Christian Mata has come on as a substitute here in Tulsa for the very first time, as he was just officially signed to the roster here today. And in the 72nd minute, Christian Mata slips one in from behind Patrick McLean, and the Roughnecks have now put themselves in a position here to get directly back in this contest with still plenty of time left, as you see on the replay. Oh, what a debut for Christian Mata.
Dreams do come true. Christian Mata there in front of the roustabout. So I was just trying to see who put the ball in there. But it was a great run, and all it was, he just beat the offside trap and beat McLean, all ends up. And now, Jeremy, we have a game on our hands, and the roustabouts and the rest of this crowd can really look forward to the next 18 minutes. And wouldn't it be great if the Roughnecks could, well, come from behind to win this, but if not, get a tie out of this?
Boy, there's a it'll have a goal towards the front post there from Luca Cordero.
I think Sacramento will, at any stage now, will try and slow this game right down.
And you've got to be extremely careful if you're Sacramento here as well. If you do try to slow things down just a bit too much. Roughnecks now seem to have a little bit of momentum and have, quite frankly, outplayed at the Sacramento side here for most of the second half. You see Ballou. Oh, aggressive foul there from behind.
I thought Ballou was fouled just before then, actually, but Merkovic showing all his experience, the Serbian, and there's a free kick. And again, we don't want too much of this. Want the Roughnecks to keep the flow going. Got a really good Irish battle going on the left there. There they are together. Davron and the lad that's come on, Foreign. So good battle going on down that side. Good battles all over the field. Roughnecks under pressure again.
Sammy Ochoa officially gets the assist on the goal from Christian Mata.
And well done him, because it was the perfect chip through, wasn't it? And a perfectly timed run, and well done the linesman as well, because it was a really neat little run through. But Mata, you know, as I said, dreams do come true. You score on your debut in front of the roustabouts. Wonderful night for him. Let's hope he can get a second and a third.
You mentioned the Irishman Foreign. He played for Sligo Rovers the same way that Davron played for Sligo. Kalimullah, boy, showing the closing speed that he has. Brewster doing assets is being able to shield off some of those faster guys. We've talked about it a number of times on the broadcast. Brewster feels right at home on the right-hand side. He's faced some speedy guys up front so far on the opposition, and Brewster takes every advantage that he can, whether it's a little bump with the shoulder, little hip check, maybe grabs a little piece of the jersey just to not allow them the running head start. Here's Barea through the center of the pitch. Contact there as he hits the turf, and Chad Bond's going to pick up a foul here outside of the arc. It's dead center, though, in the pitch. And dangerous now for the Roughnecks, as Sacramento will have an opportunity here with the free kick.
Quick point on Brewster. You made a good point there. Good physical player, and I think it's almost the perfect position for him, right of that free, rather than the right back. So I think he's got the best of both worlds there. Chad Bond a little bit lucky there. He bumped into the player, but in the end he did actually play the ball. But I think it was the bump before that the referee said, well, the lad's gone over. There's no advantage for him there. So under pressure here, Sami Ochoa standing on the ball just to give the wall a chance to get set up. Lubin very experienced there with his defenders in midfield setting this up, and we're just hoping this is not going to be another great goal scored against the Tulsa Roughnecks, because we're running out of time a little bit. 15 minutes to go. 2-1.
It's Barea and Roro. Roro will take it. Roro slots it in. What a fantastic set-piece goal from Rodrigo Lopez, and just like that, the lead has been extended back to 2 as Lopez slots it in directly past Zach Lubin.
Another great goal scored against the Roughnecks. I said it just before he took it. I must learn to keep my mouth shut, mustn't I? But what a strike from the lad there, Lopez. That was just stepped up a few yards and just curled it in. We're watching the replay. Lubin, no chance. He had the wall set up perfectly. It's just one of those strikes you have to hold your hands up and say, can't stop that one. Maybe Bond was a little bit unlucky with the foul, but Roughnecks are making another sub here, and they have to come from 2 goals down again. They're 3-1 down. I think Sami Ochoa is going off, Jeremy.
Sami Ochoa is coming off, and there is Gibson Bardsley, the leading goal scorer for the Tulsa Roughnecks, who makes his way on here with the Roughnecks trailing in Tulsa. 3-1. On another goal, 2 goals now for Lopez on the night. He has the brace. 37th and 75th minute. That's 9 goals overall in the season now for Rodrigo Lopez.
And I say again, if you want to share your goals around, it doesn't matter, does it? They're a good side, Sacramento, and they all seem to score. I think you mentioned 13 different scorers, so well done them. And they haven't played brilliantly in the second half, but they find themselves 3-1 ahead.
Vukovic forward. Lubin has it, will roll this to the outside. Now back to Zach. Zach sends forward to the center of the pitch. Bardsley is there. Bardsley is going to try to go down and win that one for a brief moment. Unlucky. Mata fighting off. Good pressure there from Christian Mata. Can he save it before it goes over the touchline? He cannot. And we have a Sacramento player that is down at the center of the field, I believe. Is that Vukovic that is down? Looks like that it is.
Gibson Bardsley just catching in there, but nothing malicious, and he's just got to get up, rub his shin, pull his sock up and get on with it, really. And he has done just that. But Sacramento will like that. They'll just break the game up now. 3-1, 13 minutes to go. But there'll be probably 4 minutes on the clock at the end of this game so far.
You saw the graphic there, the Defensive Player of the Year in 2014. Was the leader in minutes for the Sacramento Republic last year. Here's a chance, front post. The assistance flag is up on the far side.
Gibson.
For an offsides. Was it Gibson?
Gibson Bardsley was offside, and I'm noticing as well that whenever he can, Brewster is really pushing forward. And as I said earlier on the commentary, that leaves Venter and Price is just sometimes 2 against 2.
You see one of the ball kids here from TSC Hurricane at ONEOK Field. Don't forget that you can follow the USL on Twitter, at USL on Twitter, to become a league insider, join club conversations, and have a chance at exclusive giveaways. Here's Gissy. off of his goal last week against Oklahoma City. Lopez now back to Kiffey. Kiffey to the center of the field. That ball is taken away. We'll call a foul, though, is when Kiffey released. It looks like Brady will be the guilty party.
Yeah, he's a little bit late on it there, and Roughnecks mustn't let their heads drop. They've got to get another chance on goal very quickly now as we come up to the 80-minute mark and get it back at 3-2, and let's have a grandstand finish. We don't want this just to peter out with Sacramento taking control of the game and just seeing out this last 10 minutes.
Modelo is the official jersey sponsor of the Roughnecks kits. You could look for the Modelo Especial logo on the front of the players' jerseys and ask for Modelo on your next trip to ONEOK Field concession stands, and we have a booking.
Lopez taking too much time to take the free kick. Referee will add the time on, and a yellow card to Lopez, who of course is on a hat-trick now.
Yellow card for number 8 of Sacramento, Lopez. Number 8, Lopez.
Here's Kiffey knifing through. Kalimullah taken off of the ball by Ballou. Ballou, nice little touch forward. Mata touched the inside, finds Cordero. Cordero now through the center of the pitch, has that one knocked away from him at the last moment. That was Mirkovic. Brewster with the safe ball, plays directly back to Zach Lubin. Lubin through the center of the field, searching ball forward to the middle of the channel. Nice flick on from Gibson Bardsley. Mata could not get there. Seeing Gibson continue to try to fight at midfield. Got a little bit there over the back of Mirkovic.
Mirkovic is one of those unsung heroes. Sitting midfielder, does all a lot of the scrappy work that needs to be done, drawing a few fouls there, and he's had a pretty good game. Unsung hero.
He is your typical holding mid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just does his job, and that's all you ask for from a holding mid.
And talking of holding mids, Chad Bond, by his own standards, would love to have been more on the ball tonight. The ball just doesn't seem to have come to him tonight. So it would be great if he could have that in the last 9 minutes.
Here's Cordero that played forward for a moment.
That was typical, wasn't it? It just went past Chad Bond there. He couldn't get on the ball. It's just not been his game tonight so far, but let's hope he can change all that in the last few minutes.
Vinzer with the throw in. Roughnecks were able to close to within 1, and then the goal from Lopez in the 75th minute. Off in the foul of the center of the pitch from just outside the arc has put Sacramento back in front by 2 here in downtown Tulsa. Great night. Thank you to those of you not only watching on YouTube in Sacramento, but those of you listening in on the radio feed here in Tulsa, ESPN 1300 The Buzz. Well, Ballou wanted a corner, extremely upset.
Yeah, I think he's got that wrong, Brady Ballou. I think he was just frustrated with himself, took it out on the linesman. That was good defending from Kiffey, and it was definitely the right decision. It's a goal kick, and Ballou just frustrated, as probably the Roughnecks players are feeling a little bit frustrated. Got themselves back in at 2-1, then they've gone behind a third goal with a brilliant free kick from Lopez. Bit of frustration from Ballou.
Oklahoma Heart Institute wants you to know that it's just a 5-minute jog each day can increase your heart health. You can learn more at oklahomaheart.com. Hillcrest Healthcare System is the presenting sponsor of the Roughnecks 2015 inaugural season. Trailing 3-1, here's Chad Bond, who wins a ball at midfield. Has Bardsley there on the inside. Bardsley had slipped in between the two defenders. They closed that gap in a hurry once Bond had the ball on his boot. Here's Lopez. Nice ball forward from Lopez. Kalimullah is in a dead run. Ryan Price slides in front to cut him off.
Excellent defending from Price. Really good defending. Here's Davron now down the left.
Look at Bardsley calling for the ball, had his hand up. He was hopping up and down on the opposite side of the field, hoping for a ball to switch the field.
Chad Bond doing exactly what my point. He got involved there higher up the field. I know he's the holding midfielder, but when he's on the ball, it's a good thing for the Roughnecks. There he is again.
Great ball to the corner flag. Finds Brady. Brady, one-timer inside. Unable to come away with any type of possession or a good look are the Roughnecks. Ball sent forward. Trying to find Kalimullah, who's running against Ryan Price. Step for step is Ryan Price with him.
That's 2 races Price has won now, isn't it? 2 straight one-on-ones.
Boy, the Pakistani captain has shown some speed. McLean has this one. McLean, as we mentioned before, 4 shutouts on the season from Wisconsin. Went to school at Cal Poly. All Big West second team there at Cal Poly. Has given up 19 goals on the season so far. Well, here's a foul directly at midfield.
Yeah, Chad Bond doing really well there. He was really physical there. They're saying he put his foot up, but I think it's referee again, experience, just calming everybody down. But what the more important thing, Jeremy, with 5 minutes left, is we can get a ball into the box here, or certainly they're holding on the 18.
Most Roughnecks players push forward inside the box. That's Brewster, that's up off the back line. Not any imminent danger for Sacramento.
It's been a good game. I know the Roughnecks are behind here, and we're still hoping for this great finish. But it's been a good game of soccer between 2 teams that have with totally different styles. But that's what's made the game really, really interesting.
Well, it's amazing just to see the growth, and we knew that obviously there's growth with new teams coming into the league, but just how difficult that this Western Conference truly is here in USL. Here's Davrin. Davrin steps over, turns back to the center of the pitch, will now dump back towards the midfield line. Cordero calling for the ball, has it. Goes in behind the defender as Davrin was completing the run there. Could not get behind, though, the defender with the ball. Gissie's calling for it on the far side. Good service ball to the center for Lopez. Lopez turns, plenty of time there. Now to the outside. Finds Kalimullah.
Sacramento not committing so many men forward as you wouldn't. 3-1 up with 4 minutes to go till the 90. Roughnecks have got to win this back. But they're keeping possession.
Pressure there on the opposite side, sliding through a a throw-in coming up for the Republic. USLsoccer.com. You can go there right now and visit. You can get the latest news and live stats and check out the new social media hub at USLsoccer.com. Jeremy Poplin and Dave Saunders with you tonight in the Bank of Oklahoma booth. Bank of Oklahoma is proud to support the return of outdoor professional soccer to the city of Tulsa. It's Gibson Bardsley finds himself down. He's continuing to play while he's on the turf, and that will result in a kick now coming up for Sacramento.
Anybody who's new to the game there, the ball was kept in between the legs of a player who's on the ground. The referee gives an indirect free kick. That's why he raises his arm high above his head. It's an indirect free kick, which means another player must touch the ball before it goes into the goal. Indirect free kick for dangerous play, I think they call it.
There's Guerrera. First real good look at Danny. Scored his first goal against Arizona United a couple of weeks ago. 5'7" midfielder from Colombia. Spent his collegiate time at UC Santa Barbara. Also some time with the Silverbacks in Atlanta. Last year with the San Antonio Scorpions, and then traded to Carolina for the Railhawks.
Ben Brewster up from the back. This will be aimed at him here. Heads it back in the field.
Brewster working against Gissie. Brewster will end up playing that one over his back. Ball played directly into the sky. Brady brings it down with one touch. Davrin has a strike from outside off of the deflection. They'll say a handball now.
You cannot, referee, call that a handball. I'm sorry, but the rule was brought in for deliberate handball, and that was like a game of pinball. How can you say that's handball?
Just essentially came off the deflection from the shot from Davrin.
So it's not deliberate, is it? It's not.
It is not deliberate.
And
that's exactly what David Irving is having the conversation with right now.
Yeah.
With the fourth official.
Yeah, I wish they would clear that one up. Some handballs, they look, of course, it hits the hand or the arm, but it's not deliberate. You play on. Got my frustration out for the evening there, Jeremy.
We're all good now.
No, but I think he's refereed this well, and I say again, he's more of an experienced referee. Some of the referees we've seen here have been slightly younger and less experienced and lost a little bit of control of some of the games. And I know that there's been some comments from some of the coaches, but he's done well tonight.
We want to remind you as well that the Roughnecks will be back at home coming up on Saturday as Los Dos LA Galaxy 2 will be in Tulsa for the very first time.
It's got an amazing ring to that, hasn't it? LA Galaxy are in town. They're in Tulsa, folks. We're watching professional soccer here. It's exciting times. Hoping for an exciting finish as well, but time running out. We've got 30 seconds of the 90 left. Roughnecks down 3-1.
A player that's down as well. Bardsley now with Gissy on him to Brady. Brewster, good service back post from Brady. Defender got a touch on it. I believe that was foreign that heads it away. Davron now retreats to the corner. We'll leave this one here for Chad Bond. As great as Sacramento has been, and they have with 11,000 fans per home match, it was nice to look up and see Tulsa ranking third in the league, just behind Louisville with an average of 5,300 fans for each home game. Here's a service off the corner, comes to the back post to Mata. Mata plays this one off the back, and Ballou could not set himself up for the shot. Here comes Gissy.
Now there's a breakaway. It's 3-on-2 in favor of Sacramento.
Here's Ballou chasing down from behind. Finally, the defender has to come over and commit. Good ball that's laid off towards the center, and Lubin comes out. It was a good challenge there by the defender in the box.
I think it was Venter, wasn't it?
Was it Venter that got back?
Whoever it was very well played. In fact, it's Ballou, I think.
No, it was Brady Ballou.
Yeah.
With the hustle back.
How could I mistake Venter for Ballou? But it was a great saving challenge, or that could have really been game over. 90 minutes are up.
Ryan Price now from the center circle. Ball from the back line, played in, looking for Gibson Bardsley through the center channel. Unable to connect. Gissy now will just dump this one towards the corner in a wasting. We have 4 minutes of stoppage time.
And it's got to be kitchen sink time. They've got to throw it everything now at that back line.
Here's a shot that's at McLean. That one came from Cordero. Good job, though, from Bardsley to even be able to bring that one down with the simple touchback to Cordero.
You took the words right out of my mouth, actually. It was a great piece of hold-up play from Gibson Bardsley and a great strike and a good save, McLean. Good play, good soccer all round. And now Sacramento have got the ball in the corner in an attacking sense for them, and that's exactly where they want it. You look at the shots on goal. It's been a really entertaining game, Jeremy.
Just smart play from Sacramento to know to take that directly to the corner, try to take up as much time as you can. Yeah, you mentioned shots. Shots on goal, 8 for Tulsa and 5 for Sacramento. A 3-1 score.
And Sacramento are just taking the time out. They're really taking the ball into the corner, keeping possession. Roughnecks need to get it back quickly. They can't, and Davron's ended up giving away a free kick, I think. Or has he got a throw? He's got a throw in. He's got a throw in.
I think you see Preki there, the response from Preki. Before that, we caught him giving a little handshake there. He knows that more than likely has this one in hand.
So one more chance for the Roughnecks right now.
Don't forget, if you're going to come out to the game on Saturday, it's 3,708. And that one, whoa.
Good save.
Almost made it 4 as Lubin got a piece of it. And a corner now coming up.
And that's pretty much game over, but that was a good piece of play from the striker and a great save from Lubin, adding to his statistics of being an outstanding goalkeeper in the USL, of course.
I was going to mention, if you're going to come out to the game on Saturday, the Roughnecks are giving away a trip to Los Angeles to actually watch the LA Galaxy play the San Jose Earthquakes coming up on July 17th, so you can sign up for that and potentially win a trip. I believe it's 3 days. That's hotel and airfare included, and you could be on your way to LA. Nice 3-day vacation at the end of July to head out of Tulsa. There will not be the stifling heat in Los Angeles in July the way there is here in Tulsa. Mata with pressure, comes flying in at McLean. And that will do it. That will wrap it up as Sacramento has now climbed back to the top of the table in the Western Conference. They will leave Tulsa and head to Austin, Texas with a 3-1 win over the Tulsa Roughnecks here at ONEOK Field. Tulsa will remain with 15 total points on the season, and Sacramento, as of now, with 28 points, and we will await to see the late game tonight featuring Seattle. But Sacramento will head into the weekend with the lead in the Western Conference. Final score, Sacramento with a 3-1 win over Tulsa. Thank you to those of you watching in Sacramento. It was an honor to be able to call the game for you, and looking forward to our trip coming up later this season to see Bonnie Field for the first time. 3-1 is our final score. We'll take this time out and come back on the radio side on ESPN 1300 The Buzz. Jeremy Poplin and Dave Saunders with you. Sacramento wins 3-1 over the Tulsa Roughnecks. This is Roughnecks Soccer.